Welcome back to the new episode of Fallout New Vegas. And you probably noticed that it's now 5 crashes, because it crashed at the end of the video, which is... Lake look. How tough are these then? You swimming away? No. Coward. Probably counter them again. Just you watch. While I'm underwater or something. Fisherman's Pride Shack. I'll have a look in there. A BB gun. I don't want a BB gun. I'll have that. Oh, battle caps. Oh, I picked up something. Monica. Oh, I'll take that. Now I'm overcumbered. I got some gumbo chips. Some beer. Nothing too valuable. That's my wife was quite powerful with them. I know there's more. There's probably more. I need to heal. That move they do is quite powerful. Hold Bay. It's probably underneath this water. Yeah, let's put that on. So I can breathe underwater. Crash to B29. Let's have a look around. There's a cave there. Attach the ballast to loyal to the B29. Okay, where do I attach it? Ah, there. Under the wing. There we go. Oh. Oh, it's a bomb, so it's not. There we go. Now let's go back to Loyal.
I hear you're It's going to be a dream come true once you've raised that bomber from Lake Mead.
The plan has worked. The plane floated up. Seems to be intact.
That's tremendous. I'll transmit instructions to the robots to start packing up the plane to bring it back to Nellis.
How exactly do you have planned to get the plane back here?
I just told you, the robots are going to handle it. They'll break the plane down into pieces and move it up from Colville Bay in one shot.
Are you planning to use the diversionary tactics to draw their attention?
Exactly. We'll be shelling an unoccupied location in outer Vegas to get their attention elsewhere. By the time they realize they aren't under attack, the plane and the bots will be long gone. The kids wish we were shelling a real target, but Pearl thinks it's wise not to start up a war, just as the lady has risen.
Okay, well, I'm glad to have helped.
Hey, I'd better get rolling. Jack and I have a lot of work ahead of us.
Let's go back to Pearl.
Hello, friend. How can Mother Pearl be of help today?
I've spoken to Loyal. The B-29 is on the way.
What you have done for us is a miracle, child. You have fulfilled the only dreams we ever had outside our walls. You are a trusted friend of us all. If there is ever a way for us to help you, child, tell me, and I will make it so.
There may be a battle in the near future at the Hoover Dam. Can you offer any assistance?
Of course, my child. After all that you have done for us, we would love to help you in the upcoming battle. After all the training in virtual reality, the young ones would relish an opportunity to put their skills to battle. We'll be there when you need us. Bye.
Well, the boomers help. Of course, the scorpions. Yeah, they're easy to kill. This detail will help me too. I think it's been a few days now.
There you are. A few of us wanted to thank you for being such a good friend to the Brotherhood, so we've set aside some of our recycled energy cells. We'll leave a few of them in that footlocker in the corner every so often. The Paladins scoff at using recycled ammo, so no one should mind.
Thank you. Hello, Ramos.
Oh, hey there. Something I can help you with?
So you're head of security?
That's right. Nothing gets in or out of here without me knowing it.
So why did I have to deal with that ranger topside?
Normally, that would have fallen under my jurisdiction, but the Elder thought it'd provide a good test for you, so I backed off.
What exactly are the rules regarding entering and leaving?
Under the lockdown, only essential personnel are permitted to enter or leave. That includes supply runners and high-security patrols. All other personnel are forbidden to leave, and any personnel that were out there when the lockdown was enacted are forbidden from returning.
I had other questions.
Fine by me.
Tell me about what happened at Helios.
I'm sure someone's told you all this before. Several years back, we were running our chapter out the Helios 1 solar power station. Our elder at the time, Elijah, had some kind of obsession with the place, which is the only reason we stayed as long as we did. That place was hardly defensible, and we knew the NCR was moving in on us, but the elder refused to budge, insisting that he just needed more time. We never found out what he needed time for. Wave upon wave of NCR troopers hit us from all directions. We held out for a time, but we were grossly outnumbered, and they had more men than we had ammo. Eventually, our positions collapsed. Elder Elijah was nowhere to be found, so McNamara took charge and led what remained of us on a counteroffensive west. We lost a lot of men and women, but we broke through and made it here. Make no mistake, McNamara saved this chapter that day.
Who is Elijah?
Who was Elijah, more like? He was our elder before McNamara. Bright guy, but just between you and me, he was a little off. Our mission is to recover and preserve the technology of the past, but Elijah wanted more. He sought ways to improve upon technology, make it better. When we found Helios 1, he was like a kid in a candy store, kept talking about the potential and a grand design never realized. He even insisted we set up our base there, against the objection of nearly every paladin. What followed is a whole other story. Later.
Welcome back, my friend. What can I do for you?
Tell me about the Battle of Helios.
Helios was the worst goddamn action I've seen in a long, long career of fighting.
No, guess not. We'll meet the Great Khans then. Elway Motel. We're now friends now, aren't we?
When I got this assignment, I was hoping there'd be more gambling.
Well, unfortunately not. Don't gamble. It's not worth it. Oh, there's enemies. Drag mines.
When I find you, I'm gonna eat your spleen.
Now, why would you do that?
You like the
How's that?
sight of your own blood?
It's not one of them. Have that. Got a lot of stuff on them. Beans everywhere. Better be cautious.
I'm gonna eat your spleen.
I'll be eating your spleen instead.
When I find you, I'm gonna eat your spleen.
Who is she? Is she either above me or below me?
When I find you, I'm gonna eat your spleen.
Ah, you've been saying that. Don't run away. Took them all out. Stem pack. Nice. over there. There's another one over there. Bobby pin. Nice. Junk. That's all of them. Hurt a bit, but it's no big deal. Oh, maybe it's not all of them. Oh, they're everywhere. Jesus. Come on.
I didn't mean it. Don't kill me.
No. They're dying. They're everywhere, aren't they? Cook. This is our shit. Flamethrower. Is it hurting him? Ah. Come on. take that. Cook's head. Right. Metal armor. Yeah, I'll take that. Well, I got his head. Ow. Am I going the right way? That I am. Geckos. Are you kidding me? The more geckos. Yep. didn't hit. Thank you. Right, where's your leader? Wake up.
Even that old house bastard gave in to the NCR. We're the only ones to make a stand. I haven't seen you before. What brings you to the Great Khans?
What's your opinion on the NCR?
That's a complicated question. They've done horrible things to our people, to be sure, and I've gladly killed many of their soldiers in battle. But I can't bring myself to hate them the way Papa does. Things would damn sure be better for us if they were in charge than Caesar.
So if you were in charge of the tribe, you'd fight with the NCR against Caesar if asked?
I suppose if asked I would, but that's a moot point because Papa's in charge now, and he's not going anywhere.
Tell me about Papa Khan.
Papa is one of the best leaders the Khans have ever had. He's kept us together through all of our hardships, ever since we left California. Bitter Springs changed him, though. He started to really hate the NCR after the massacre. And sometimes, I worry that's poisoned his mind.
What did you mean about Papa's hatred poisoning his mind?
Nothing. Forget about it. I shouldn't be talking about this with an outsider.
Who are you?
Name's Regis. I'm Papa Khan's advisor and right-hand man. I'm also the chief enforcer of the tribe's laws, so watch your behavior.
Goodbye.
Until next time.
Right. Papa's the leader. He should be up there. Or in there. Maybe. Great Khan. Longhouse.
Come to gawk at the Great Khans, have you? Fuck off.
No, I'm looking for your leader. Not gawking at you. Jeez. Don't be hostile. Wait, where's your leader? Longhouse?
Come to gawk at the Great Khans, have you?
No. Look.
Greetings in the name of Kaiser.
Who are you?
My name is Carl. Glorious Caesar has sent me as an emissary to the Great Khans as a token of our alliance.
What alliance?
In exchange for Great Caesar's promise of all the lands west of New Vegas, the Khans have agreed to fight alongside the Legion when the time comes.
What's your role in Caesar's Legion?
I am one of the Frumentari. It is my duty to scout the waste in Caesar's name and make contact with any tribes that might serve a useful purpose. You might say I'm somewhere between a scout and an ambassador. I'm assigned here as part of the alliance between the Legion and the Great Khans.
What does the Legion want with the Great Khans?
Though they have been cruelly oppressed by the NCR, the Khans remain great warriors. The Legion is honored to have such allies in battle.
I have some other questions.
Speak then.
No, goodbye.
Yes, goodbye.
No. Wait, where is your leader?
Come to gawk at the Great Khans, have you?
Shut up. What's this? Hello.
What do you want?
Can you tell me about the Great Khans?
I can tell you they're a bunch of big dumb jerks with no appreciation for art. I mean, can you believe their initiation?
It sounds like you're not happy being at Great Khan. Maybe you'd be happier someplace else.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I can find my true calling, someplace they'll appreciate my poetry. Someplace like the old Mormon fort, maybe. Do you think the followers of the apocalypse would take me? I remember all those books they brought us when they visited our tribe.
I could ask him for you.
You'd do that? Thanks. I mean, I'd go myself, but what if they said no? The Khans wouldn't take me back, and then I'd have nobody.
What do you think about the Khan's alliance with Caesar?
Huh? Wait, what are you talking about? We're allied with Caesar now? Typical. Nobody tells me anything.
What are you doing?
Nothing really. Just trying to psych myself up to try my initiation. Again.
It sounded like you were writing poetry.
Oh, you heard that, huh? Okay, so, yeah, I was writing poetry. I know, it's not a very great Khan-like thing to do. The followers of the apocalypse came to our camp when I was a kid, and they brought a bunch of old books. I used to read pre-war poetry for hours.
Why isn't poetry Great Khan-like?
Have you seen this tribe? If it's not an epic drunken ballad of cracking skulls and hearing lamentations, they think it's a waste of time.
What is this initiation?
Everybody has to do it. Well, everybody who wants to be a Khan anyways. They toss you into the ring there and beat on you for a solid minute. If you survive, you're in.
That doesn't sound so bad.
Sure, maybe not if you're some hulking reprobate like Regis or big to the gills like Jack. I've tried 5 times and still haven't made it.
What?
Might be down there. Hello?
Whoa, new guy.
What is it you do here?
Do? We don't, do anything. We make the magic happen.
Okay then. What do you make?
We make the happy stuff. What do you need? Jet, Psycho, a little Med-X to ease the pain?
You're drug dealers.
Nah, man, more like drug suppliers. Yeah. Other folks sell them. Diane's mostly in charge of that.
How'd you get into this business?
Guess I just had a natural talent for it. When I was a kid, these cats called the Followers of the Apocalypse came to our camp. They knew all kinds of kooky, scientistical stuff, so I ate up all the chemistry they could teach. Diane had the head for business, so we teamed up.
Who's Diane?
Diane's my girl, man. We've been taking care of each other our whole lives, ever since our folks died. Now we keep the cons and caps together.
Tell me a little about the Great Khans.
They're family, you dig? They've always looked out for us, made sure we had something to eat and a place to crash. Papa may look like a big angry bear, but he's a softy at heart. Regis is cool, scary, but cool. The rest are all pretty groovy, even little Jerry.
Who's Jerry?
The other dudes call him Jerry the Punk. That's kinda harsh, though. I think he's just a sensitive soul that needs some love. He's usually down around the proving ground if you want to say yo.
Already met him. I'm looking to make a few cabs. Got any work for me?
Diane handles most of the transactional elements of this little enterprise, but I'm always in the market for new recipes if you've got the spark.
I know a few recipes for chems you might want. I could teach you.
Right on. What have you got?
I could teach you to make slasher.
Right on. Let's have it. Grootalicious. That ought to rake in the caps. What do I owe you?
Some caps would be nice.
Here's a little tink-tink to weight your pockets.
I got another one. I could teach you to make party time mint hats.
Right on. Let's have it. Grootalicious.
More caps.
Here's a little tink-tink to weight.
One more. Rocket.
Right on. Let's have it. Grootalicious. Here's a little tink.
What'd you think about Caesar?
Huh? Look, man, me and Diane, we don't dig on that politics stuff, savvy? We just make the product and make it get to a good home. Sure, Caesar's a drag, but as long as we've got each other, we don't care who the top dogs roll with.
What'd you have for sale?
Oh, you're buying. Cool.
I see more like selling.
Another satisfied customer.
Got an impressive setup here. Have you considered making more helpful chems?
What do you mean, helpful? My stuff already makes people feel grootalicious.
It's gonna fail, but if good delicious means dead, maybe think of the children, man. The children.
I don't know what you've been smoking, but where can I get some?
Goodbye.
Yeah? You're not one of my regulars. What do you want?
What is it you do here?
We keep the Great Khans from falling apart, essentially. Jack manufactures the chems. I organize the runners and the shipments.
So you're drug dealers?
We're supplying things people want in exchange for things our tribe needs. Don't judge us.
I'm not judging you. I even taught him for more drugs to make. What? Who do you sell to?
We make regular shipments to a lot of settlements around the Mojave. A lot of our business comes from the fiends lately. Personally, I think they're kinda creepy. But Papa likes the fact they get all hopped up on Psycho and harass the NCR patrols.
Good to know. I have some other questions.
Like what?
Tell me a little about the Great Khans.
I'll spare you the history lesson. Talk to Papa Khan if you want to hear that story. Things have been rough for a while now. Even with Jack working all the time and my runners making deliveries daily, we're barely getting by. Maybe this alliance with Caesar will help, but I don't know.
Why are things so tough?
Red Rock Canyon isn't exactly the most hospitable place. There's no food, barely any water, and nothing anybody wants. We used to send patrols out to acquire supplies, but ever since Bitter Springs, there just aren't enough of us left.
Let's talk about something else.
Sure. What do you want to know?
I'm looking to make a few caps. Got any work for me?
You look like you could handle yourself in a fix. All right, I'll tell you what. Anders, one of my best runners, is overdue to report back. If you can find out what happened to him, I'll give you some real work.
Sure. Just tell me who I'm looking for, then, and where to start.
About 3 weeks ago, I sent Anders southeast to find a route into Arizona, to open new markets for our product. He should have been back 2 days ago, but there's been no sign of him.
Okay, I'll be back as soon as I have any news.
Thanks. Prove you're reliable on this, and I'll have more for you later.
Now, where's Papa?
What more do you want?
There you are.
So the cub enters the wolf's den. What do you want, cub?
I've come to ask the Great Khans to break their allegiance with Kaiser's Legion.
Have you now? Well, you're a bold one, I'll give you that. But why should I do this for you?
Do you really think Kaiser is going to restore your tribe to glory? You will be made slaves.
Ha! The great Khans will not be slaves. Caesar himself has promised us the land from here to the Colorado and the freedom to raid as we see fit. I won't hear any more talk against Caesar or his alliance. The great Khans will answer Caesar's call to war, and the NCR will pay for their crimes.
Can you tell me about your people?
You want to hear the story of the great Khans? It's a long one, full of honor, glory, and betrayal. We have suffered, but we will regain our glory.
Maybe you could give me the short version.
In a hurry, are you? Very well, then. The great Khans came east, out of the NCR 14 years ago. We ruled the wastes then, and called no man master. But we underestimated the families of the Strip, and they drove us back to Bitter Springs, where we remained until the NCR arrived and drove us here.
How did the three families defeat you?
They allied with Mr. House, the self-proclaimed master of New Vegas. He supported them with the resources of New Vegas. Weapons, technology, caps. They were better equipped, and we could not stand against them.
What happened at Bitter Springs?
When the NCR came to the Mojave, we thought they would be easy pickings. We raided their caravans, their towns, their camps. They couldn't stop us. At least that's what we thought. They tracked us to Bitter Springs and surrounded us. When our children, our sick and old, fled through a nearby pass, the NCR gunned them down.
That's horrible.
It's because of that we have sworn to take revenge on the NCR. With our new allies in Caesar's Legion, we will crush them.
On second thought, let's talk about something else.
Typical. No reference for history in the younger generations.
Who are you?
You march all the way out to Red Rock Canyon, enter my home as bold as you please, and you have no idea who I am? You've got guts, I'll give you that. Well then, let me educate you. I am the chief of the Great Khans. The Khan of Khans, if you like. This is my tribe, and these are my people.
Goodbye.
Farewell.
I heard you try to convince Papa Khan not to join with Caesar's Legion. I'd like to talk to you about that for a moment.
What is it you had in mind?
You want to convince Papa not to ally with Caesar, right? Trust me, you'll get nowhere just talking to him about it. He's fixated on restoring the glory of the Great Khans, and he sees Caesar as the path to that restoration.
So, what do I do?
Papa can be a stubborn man, but he's not a tyrant. He listens to his tribe, and to 4 voices in particular. Me, Jack, Diane, and Melissa. If you can convince all of us that allying with Caesar is a bad idea, you might be able to sway him.
Aren't you convinced already? If we're having this conversation?
I have my doubts about Caesar, yes, but I won't publicly go against Papa Khan based on nothing more than doubts. I've heard rumors that tribes who aligned with Caesar in the past were torn apart and reduced to slaves. Prove it, and I'll back you.
What would convince Jack and Diane to support me?
You'd have to talk to them, but those two have been thick as thieves since they were kids. Convince one, and the other will come around.
What about Melissa?
Ah, Melissa. She's a bit of a dreamer. Last time she was in camp, Carl filled her head with stories of serving the Legion as a speculatore. Personally, I've never seen a woman in Legionnaire's armor, so I have my doubts.
Okay, I'll see what I can do to convince everyone.
Good. Oh, one more thing. Caesar's representative, Carl, has become fast friends with Papa. Carl's the one who has him so fixated on this alliance. You'll probably have an easier time of things if you can find a way to get him out of the picture.
How would I do that?
Carl talks prettily about the honor and nobility of the great Khans, but I suspect his actual opinion is less flattering. Maybe you could find something he wrote that expresses that opinion, or trick him into losing his cool in the longhouse right in front of Papa.
I'll keep that in mind.
I would too, if I were you.
I'm going to leave this video here. If you liked it, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.